By now, I'm sure that all of you have heard these numbers. At least 130 people will die of an opioid overdose just today, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse. And every single one of those were preventable deaths. Shame and stigma are keeping people from accessing the services that they need, from reaching out and asking for help, from just feeling seen. For example, if a person ODs in a bathroom and dies alone, we mourn. But they were in there alone because of the shame and the stigma that we have placed on them. Someone overdoses and their friends flee, and we act as if they're heartless, but they do so out of fear of being arrested. Drug-induced homicide laws that were intended to arrest dealers are oftentimes targeting drug users themselves. We're hypocrites. The war on drugs rages on, and we lock people up and then get surprised when they are released and OD and die. Can't we arrest our way out of this? What are we missing? I run a harm reduction program called Point to Point. Harm reduction is a set of policies and practices that aims to reduce the harm that comes with illegal drug use. It is scientifically proven methods for reducing HIV and Hep C, hospital visits for infections, and most importantly, overdose. Harm reduction recognizes the varied reasons that people use drugs and meets them where they're at and encourages any positive changes that can be made in their life. So, I give out free syringes for injection. I give out fentanyl testing strips so that people can test the supply of drugs that they're using. Accidental fentanyl overdose is why people are dying so rapidly. Fentanyl is 100 times stronger than heroin, and oftentimes people don't even realize that it's in their supply. And I also give out Narcan. Narcan reverses an opioid overdose. I empower my participants to make better choices within their use and encourage better healthcare and self-care practices. I saw this problem and made a commitment to solving it. Harm reduction is also about compassion. It teaches people that I care about you, but you should also really care about yourself. Can you imagine being a drug user? The lies you have to tell? And if someone walks into your life and says, I got you. You don't have to lie to me. You don't have to hide your drug use from me. That changes a person. That changes their psyche. Yes, as I said, the science backs that it does reduce HIV and Hep C and overdose, but it is compassion above all else. And maybe that's what we're missing. For example, I had a participant named Trevor. I met Trevor when I first started doing pop-up needle exchanges. Trevor would come every weekend and load up on supplies, sometimes had a friend with him, sometimes would take supplies for other people. Trevor understood harm reduction. When he started using fresh equipment every time, when he started actually caring about himself, he started using less. He messaged me once, "You will never know what you have done for me, and I'm sure have done for other people." Just having someone reach out and be there for you and not judge you, but help you guide and better and transform yourself, there's no words for that. Compassion changes people. What is the best motivation to seek recovery? You value yourself. And what are we constantly telling drug users? You have no value, but get better. Harm reduction is also about empowerment and autonomy. I had another participant message me one night a picture of his fentanyl testing strip. His heroin was positive for fentanyl, and I confirmed that when he sent me the picture. His response was, "Thank goodness I asked you. Into the garbage it goes." Now, this was not the usual response. I tell my people to always assume there's fentanyl in any of the heroin they use around here, so that you should proceed with caution. Use less, go slow, don't use alone, and always have Narcan. But in this moment, this man was able to make an informed decision about what he wanted to do with his body. He was given his power back. The recovery community loves to talk about enabling and how you should never enable someone with a substance abuse disorder. Harm reduction is far from enabling in that traditional sense. Harm reduction enables people to have honest conversations. It enables them to have linkage to care. It enables them to stay disease-free. It enables them to live. Recovery is not linear, and we don't get to pick and choose when we decide to support someone. We don't get to decide at what point their life matters. I have participants that have reversed multiple overdoses. I have participants that have saved their friends' lives, saved their partners' lives, saved strangers' lives. Just recently, one of my participants told me he was getting off the train in the city and saw someone overdosing. He had Narcan from me that he gave to this young man, did CPR on him for 6 minutes before the kid came to. In a crowded train station, the one person who stopped to save a life was a drug user. Tell me that doesn't blow your stereotype. In April of 2015, I was getting ready to leave work, and my boyfriend at the time called me. He was in the hospital because he had overdosed. I felt the air completely leave my lungs and the ground fall out from underneath me. I didn't even know that he was using again. So through sobs, I made my way to the hospital. When I got there, I found him in a bed in the hallway, not even in a room. I crawled into bed with him and I scolded him for almost leaving this world without me knowing. I will never forget the way that he smelled. He smelled awful. Then 2 officers came in. I asked what was going on, and they told me it was policy for them to run someone's name if they came in for an overdose. Brian had an open warrant in DuPage County. He reported to parole in Kane, where we lived. The warrant was for a missed court date because he was incarcerated in another county, but nonetheless, they wanted to arrest him. They cuffed him, took him out of the hospital while I followed behind crying, begging, please just let me take him home. He almost just died. They never even looked at me. So now, I make it my life mission to be there for people and be an ally. Because after that overdose, Brian told me that even scarier than almost dying was the idea that he would have to tell me. He had waited 4 hours to call me. His shame was stronger than death. So now that's my life mission. I will walk with you regardless of what substances are in your body. I will hold your hand. And even if I never see you again, you better believe I'm going to tell you that I love you. This crazy, wonderful thing happens when I tell someone that I don't really care if they're injecting heroin, but I really care that they're using a sterile syringe and sterile water. I care that they wash their hands first and use an alcohol prep pad. I definitely care that they do not ever share equipment, and I obsessively care that they do not die. So what can you do? First, carry Narcan. Narcan is the drug that reverses an overdose. It is safe and easy and legal to carry and administer. And this is it, okay? Narcan is a nasal spray. If you come across someone and they are unconscious and you suspect they might be overdosing, you put this up their nose and push the plunger. That's it. It's primed, it's ready to go. This drug's only job is to remove the opioids from the brain. So even if you don't know why someone's unresponsive, this will not hurt them unless they're overdosed. If they're overdosing, it'll save their life, but it won't hurt them if they're not. So this is step number 1. Step number 2, identify and recognize stigma. We use so much stigmatizing language regarding drug users. Pay attention to it, actively fight it. Pick out damaging conversations that occur. Next time you see something on social media, fight the urge to say they deserved it. But most importantly, just do all things with compassion. Thank you.